Good morning, everyone. I just want to jump on here and tell you about I'm getting ready to leave for work. I've been extremely busy, inspections every single day, and tomorrow I finally get a day off. But I was moving sites here where I'm located, and I hit a corner when I was pulling out at the rear on the driver's side of my RV. I look in my mirrors, but somehow I must have been hurrying and missed this. But I grabbed the very edge of my gray tank, the plumbing, the valve, and I cracked it and then tore apart that piece of plumbing from the valve. I will overlay a picture on here. I have not fixed something black tank related, gray tank related like that, but I am going to do that. This is going to be something new for me. I am going to fix it myself because a lot of technicians will ask for an astronomical rate to work on anything black or gray tank related. I asked a tech friend of mine what she would do to fix it, and she's going to send me the stuff, and I'm going to just take you along with me to show you how I fix something like this that I've never done before. And things like this can happen in your RV. I feel like it's like a weekly episode of what went wrong in Deb's RV today. But things just happen. They randomly happen. Sometimes I will go for a long period of time without any incident. And then other times it seems like it's happening left and right. And lately I've had a lot of different things that I've had to repair. I've showcased to you needing my generator repair and stuff. I don't even think I mentioned that I had a water leak coming from, I think my air conditioner wasn't bolted down tight enough and I had to tighten the bolts, and so it rained and then it came in through a light and now the light shorted out, but I still have 12 volt there, so I'm going to get a new light and fix that. That happened too. But I fix these things. So if you can learn how to do anything, if you can understand 12 volt, you can help yourself a whole lot. But anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and say that I am getting ready to head out on my inspection. It is a very long day today. And after this, I'm going to get a day off. Then I work Friday, and then I have 2 more days off so that I can catch up, because I got a lot of content to create for you guys, and I got a lot of videos to edit. So, all right, I'll see you later. Come on, little girl. Good afternoon. I just got home from work and I am starving. And I wanted to show you what I'm making today because I'm going to use a different tool. I'm using my Instapot. And this is the baby one. So I can make something really quick and easy in there. And I've got these pork chops that I'm going to make from Sprouts. And I'm going to put a mushroom bisque soup with it. So I'm going to saute it, then I'm going to add the soup. I'm going to let it cook. And I'm also going to use some yellow baby potatoes, and then I'm going to have it with corn. For some reason, I feel like having corn today. I don't know what it is. I just want corn. Maybe I want carbs. So I'm going to show you what I do. It's super easy and it's great for after work. I can just let it cook and pressure and probably run it for maybe 30 minutes and it'll soften the meat up good enough and it'll be perfect. And then I can just have a one-pot meal. Okay, I want to do saute on high. I'm going to let that warm up a little bit, and I'm going to get a little bit of oil, and then I'm going to saute these first. I want to use a high heat oil like avocado. All right, I'm gonna salt the meat. This will be enough for 2 days. All right. I think I'm going to do one at a time because that's all that can fit in here. I'm peppering it and salting the other side. And I'm just searing it on both sides. All right. I'm going to stick this other one in here. I turned this off because I'm going to pressure cook it next. I just did the searing mode, and now I'm going to add the soup. I'm just going to mix it a little bit so it gets underneath the... There. One, two, three, four. That should be enough. Let's add one more. Okay. Now it's time to put on the lid. You got to make sure that this is sealed down. Okay. And this will be for pressure. And then I'm going to hit pressure. Oops, it's down to an hour. And then it'll just start. So I'm letting that cook. It's gonna cook for 30 minutes, pressurized. I'll check it, it should be tender. Once it is, I'm gonna add the corn to a different pan and just warm it up. And then I'm gonna have dinner. Meanwhile, I've gotta make Izzy some turkey, and she loves her dinner right on time. I also got a call from UPS. I have to go pick up a package tonight. So I was wanting to leave again today, but I guess I have to. And now this popped back down so I can take the lid off. Look at that. Delicious. Dinner time. Ooh, it's nice and soft. Can you even see it? You can't really see it. If I tilt you down, then my head's cut off. I haven't mastered the art of filming me eating, but I know that you like to see people take a bite of their food to see if they like it. I'm so hungry. I only had yogurt today and I worked. Oh my God. I love pork chops and I love mushroom sauce. And this is so easy. Come home from work, pop it in the pressure cooker, done. 30 minutes. All right, I'm gonna go eat this in peace. Enjoy. See, when I look at the black side, see how it's just fitting up in there? Like that. And there's these bolts. So with this side, it's dripping, stupid thing. Looks like there's a gasket in there. And it's like I yanked it out of its socket. So when I get this new one, I'll remove that. But I'm wondering if I can just get it, like, because even when I push it, it's like, I'd have to really bring it together. And this, I'd have to push them two together, and I'm wondering if I would glue it. I can't get this to work. It's... Well, there you go. It's not even on. I went through and tightened the whole thing. And it doesn't stay on. Did I put it on the wrong way? Nothing. All right, that's exactly what originally I thought, if we could just get that piece off.
As much glue as you possibly can get.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to take a moment and of gratitude for where I'm at. I'm biking and I'm at Chatfield State Park in Colorado. It is in Littleton, Colorado. If you haven't stayed here, it is one of the best parks. I love this park so much. I love many things in Colorado, let me tell you. If I could have a home anywhere, it would be here. This is just my favorite state. It's been since my 20s when I lived in Colorado Springs, and I've always wanted to come back. I just want to show you around because, I'm taking my bike for a ride, or maybe my bike is taking me for a ride. I don't know. Anyway, I'm biking, and I just want to show you the beauty and just appreciate the moment. I'm just doing a nice loop here, and I'm hoping to get a couple rides in while I stay here and just really enjoy the park. They have paddle boarding, and I would love to do that as well. I do have a lot of work here, which is all good, but I think I'm going to make a point to stay here a full 2 weeks next year. My problem is I end up booking last minute, and then I have to find something that somebody canceled, and I might only get like 5 days. So I am going to book way well in advance for next year so that I can stay here. I absolutely love this park. I want to again talk about movement and going park to park. One of the things that can be very fun by staying in Colorado for me is that I get to travel and go to different places. The downside is that I work a lot, so I am really needing to stay put and stationary, but there's not a lot of parks that offer monthly. Now, some of them that do, they're not desirable for me, or they're super expensive. Others, the parks that I actually like, I want to be in nature. See, the thing is I want to be in nature, and some of these parks are like parking lots, or you can't get in because during the summer they only allow 2 weeks. They only allow 2 weeks at a time. Then you have to leave, and then you can come back. Or like the county fairgrounds only allows you to do the 2 weeks throughout the whole year. You can't come back until the following year. So I get 2 weeks there, and then I have to leave. So I've been thinking a lot about trying to find a lot to rent in Colorado so that when I come here during the summer, I can just stay put. You know, I've thought about getting an apartment just for the summer and then using my RV for travel. There are a lot of things to think about when you live this lifestyle. If I was just traveling and creating this content, that would be one thing. I mean, I could just go anywhere, but I'm not. I'm doing a whole other inspection business. It's how I earn money on the road. So staying put actually is more beneficial to me. So I've had a lot going on with trying to figure out where to stay, and it's something that I don't actually like. But I do enjoy the different places because I can find different biking trails and I can do hiking trails when I allow myself those days. And I do. I'm creating that environment for myself so that I can at least have one day during the week, or possibly two, where I can go hit the trails. It's been warm here, and like I said, I really love it. Colorado is one of my favorite states, and I am thinking long term, I may want to find some type of lot to either rent or property, buy land, do something so that I have a place to stay when I come here in the summers. Making a salad after work, and something that Princess always can count on is a chicken treat. It's her favorite, right? Some days this lifestyle feels like pure freedom. And other days it feels like one more thing broke, one more place to move, and one more problem to figure out. But then I get outside, I get on my bike, I see these mountains, and I remember why I chose this. RV life isn't always easy, I have to be honest. Especially when you're working full-time from the road, I'm learning that freedom doesn't always mean constantly moving. Sometimes freedom means finding a place that lets you breathe and stay put and relax for a minute. And for me, Colorado keeps reminding me of that. Thanks for being here with me, and I will see you on the next video.